This is a disclaimer. Don't do as I do, don't do as I say, and wear your personal protective equipment at all times. If you see me not wearing my PPE, please leave me a comment down below and call me out on it. Now that that's done and said, let's get to it. Hey there. So today I am really excited because we finally get to work on the boat again. Yes, finally. So happy. It's been a long time coming and I think I'm finally to a spot where I can do so. So much so that these boards right here are actually ones that I picked up to build the boat with. So before we can start cutting those up, however, I need to sand all of these, which is quite a few of them. Now this isn't going to be quite as easy as just sanding it down and making sure that all the corners are nice and rounded and that this is nice and flat. Because I also need to make sure that these parts here on the sides are at least close to matching the other side. Otherwise the boat skin may not look right. And I really want to make sure that these are as close as possible. Now unfortunately, I don't have any fancy sander, so this is going to be kind of a long project, and I have to use, for the most part, a bunch of hand tools. So let's go take a look at those. This little pad sander here from Craftsman is the only electric sanding tool that I have access to, and so I will definitely be using this, but mostly I'm going to be using this for the flat sides of these, because that's really not going to help me here where there's a curve, because obviously it's a pad sander, so it's nice and flat. I also have a hand block sander, and I have my file set. Now I think these are going to come in handy, especially these round ones, for doing these curves. Now I just took a look at it, and luckily it looks like most of my curves are pretty good. However, I'm also going to be trying to make these, the inside of it, look fairly decent as well. And that, I think, will probably take the longest time because, honestly, the insides are probably the worst that any of the cuts are. So now that you know what the plan is for the day, and you kind of got to see what tools I have, I'm just going to time-lapse this because otherwise it would be pretty boring for you. I'll be back with you shortly. This side, and this side did not get sanded because, well, there's going to be a board going through there, and so it really shouldn't make a difference. However, I did round these corners, and so it is all fairly nice and smooth. Now, I did have some problem with it breaking out and pulling strands with it, and I'm thinking that's probably not going to be a big deal because it's just a very thin sliver here and there, and it's not going through like all of the plies. It's just going through the first layer. So it shouldn't be that big a deal, I'm hoping. So all of these are nice and silky smooth. So now I just got to figure out what my next step is going to be. Now I'm not 100% positive what is the next step. Either it is going to be building the strong back or cutting the stringers. So if you want to know what the next thing on the list for this canoe is, make sure that you hit that subscribe button, hit that thumbs up, hit that bell so that you're notified whenever I put out a new video. And until next time, you guys have a good one.